There are moments in a man's life that I think you will have experienced, and I hope that you experience many more. And it's when you're hit with awe and gratitude for your life in that present moment that you realize the perfection of all the lessons and twists and turns that you've had to take on to develop your own knowledge and wisdom through ups and downs, and that in this moment you are grateful for all of it. Real gratitude to me is when you're grateful for all of it. It's not just that right now everything's flowing for me, but because everything's flowing for me, it allows me to be grateful for everything that has passed. These moments, you see the divine intervention in your path. That because you've made it here in this somewhat perfect moment, you can see God's hand in all that has came before you. And this is a monumental moment of gratitude and I get it now. And you see all the times you pushed against reality and tried to force things and didn't surrender into the flow of life and the plan that was sort of set out for you. And then we do have free will. So obviously we get to take these side adventures and twists and turns and things, but there is some sort of force guiding you in a direction. And in these moments, you see it and you feel it and you're grateful for all of it. And this is why this is a huge turning point, because we can have, when men have regrets and get bitter about, I should have done that, and it stays in the mental sphere, you lose contact with the moment and there can be these spirals of mind which aren't beneficial to you. Now, I have realized on my journey that the way I receive these moments has changed. And I've felt a big shift over the last few months, which I feel will be beneficial in keeping momentum, because what I realized in my mid to late 20s, life started blessing me a lot. And the one thing that I did good is I had courage to just keep walking my path. And you can give yourself a pat on the back in those moments where you're like, well done, sir. You just kept going, and now you're in this place in this moment where you can see the divinity of it all. But what happened to me in my mid to late 20s was I was thinking that I was getting this because I was good, that I was doing everything, and that's why I was blessed. And what would happen often after these big runs of bliss was an inevitable fall from grace. And for me, I believe it was an ego attachment to, I'm so good, I'm getting blessed, look at me. And not in this massive egoic outward way. I was never like that, but more internally, look at me, I'm killing it. And then there was an ego checkup. And I was like, wow, I'm back here. I see life as a spiral, I'm still going up, but those downs felt big, and they were big. And you're like, holy shit, I'm back here. Even though I know I can be that, what's going on? And for me, I feel like it was an attachment to me being so great. I like the Christian quote that God loves you in spite of you, that you are being blessed even though you are making so many mistakes. And this helps me not attach to the ego of look at me, I'm so great, that's why I'm being blessed. And this time, that's what I feel massive shift in me. I have came to a place there was no logical thought in why I came here. I don't even know why I'm here. And my attachment to me doing it had disappeared so much that I'm in shock that I don't know why I'm here and everything is flowing. And that's the hand of divine intervention in that is so big that I realize it wasn't me. And yes, I can give myself a pat on the back for being able to listen, to be able to have the courage to do the things that have put me in those directions. But the hand, that force that is moving me has overtaken me thinking it's me. And that keeps me humbled, sort of brokenhearted in a nice way, that you're just thank you. Now, the ego will flare up and we'll have other lessons. But that is the biggest shift between me and my late to mid 20s that I can feel. And because I've been on so many side quests and making mistakes and doing all these things over the last 5 years, that this one feels like it's got a lot of weight behind it. Because back then when I had these huge runs, I would feel like, this is me forever. I'm just gonna kill it. And then sadoosh. When now I realize this isn't forever, enjoy it while it's here. Don't attach with the ego so you don't have to have a massive reality check, and just keep going. Keep that energy up, and be grateful along the way. Because I remember when I've had many different ego turns, and probably the last one was like, I'm blessed. So like I can see the force that's moving me, so I don't have to do much. Like I can just enjoy it. And there's another quote in Christianity that's like, God will steer the boat, but you must row. And because I wasn't rowing, the blessings fell away. So it's like now I'm in this state of open abundance where there's gratitude seemingly every day. And yep, well done for taking the adventure, but it's keep moving, keep moving. Momentum as a man is so big. And yes, there'll be little ups and downs, but we don't need to take it to ground zero every time. If we keep that gratitude energy, listen to the intuitive voice, and take the actions that you hear that are keeping that energy flowing, that are keeping you moving in the right direction so the blessings can follow. And there'll be times of massive blessings, there'll be times of literal realignments, but it's not riding that roller coaster all the way down to be like, here I am again. Those moments of clear awe and gratitude where you see the perfection in all of your path are beautiful. And yeah, I hope you've experienced 1, maybe 5, and I wish you many more. Give the gratitude, give yourself a pat on the back, and don't attach to it as in you're the greatest man on earth. But understand you're obviously doing something right in the energy right now, and keep that ball rolling, keep that energy flowing. And yeah, hopefully there's many more to come.